Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is going to be a bit louder than usual as I am not home and I had the urge to come on and talk with you guys. So I intend that you will still watch this video if it resonates, but I wanted to talk about why I haven't really been posting a lot of tarot. So I just feel like the space that I was reading tarot in, I feel like I outgrew tarot. I'm just gonna be honest. And I don't think there's anything wrong with getting tarot readings or, energy healing, spiritual things like that. But when it comes to you putting these readings and what other people have to say about your life, when you give other people the power to dictate your life, that's when it's just not healthy anymore. And I kind of want to pivot into something that's more empowered. I've been really just feeling the law of assumption, if you want to label things, but it's just this feeling that I am the creator. I am a part of God. Of course, I get to have what I want as long as I stop entertaining the old reality and stop reacting to it so much. I can really choose what it is that I bring into existence. And I've seen this because I've done it the opposite way for so long, where I would be imagining and picturing and preparing for the worst case scenario. And then I started to intentionally do it for the best case scenario, or from this place knowing that things always work out for me. And I've been able to actually pick and choose what it is that I want to create in my reality. And I just feel so much more empowered. And this is not something that's new to me, okay? I had a mentor about 3 years ago who was teaching these teachings. They called it something different, not law of assumption. They kind of rebranded it into their own thing. But nonetheless, the information was still the same. And it did kind of show me what type of magic works for me. There are so many different techniques out there that people say, this is the only way, this is how you should manifest, you have to script, you have to, repeat it to yourself for this amount of times or this long, and then it will happen. And it's like, everyone is different. I've talked about this before, but everyone kind of has their own magic, their own creation skill. It's different for everyone. And so I've been kind of tapping into that for myself, and I just found that I just naturally am kind of outgrowing tarot. Not to say that I will never read tarot again, but I want to do something more empowering for you guys than just tarot readings. Because you're more than that. You're more than me telling you, hey, this is the energy that I'm feeling. This is what could happen in the potential future. This is what happened in the past. It's like, I just don't see any of that as relevant anymore. I truly don't. I don't know. I just feel like I've grown into this being who is unlimited. And I know how woo-woo that sounds and how unrealistic some people might think that is. And the people that are thinking that, oh, that's unrealistic, you can't just believe that you're God and that you create everything, or what about circumstances where traumatic things have happened? Are you saying I created that? people aren't going to like this, but yes, on some level, I'm not saying that, yeah, you really wanted to, trigger warning for abuse. You really wanted to get beat by your parents, and that's all on you. It's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a part of you after a certain age, when you realize what you're doing, how it is that you're creating, I'm saying that you keep choosing the same people or circumstances, or you keep telling yourself, yeah, this is all that I'm worth. Or even if you're not consciously telling yourself that, a part of you feels very comfortable being in abusive relationships, being belittled, feeling less than in your relationships, your friendships, things that you feel like you might have to do a bunch of inner work to outgrow or be rid of. And I feel like a lot of people just make it so complicated because that's how you make money. That's how a lot of people make money, by making it complicated. And for other people who aren't intentionally trying to mislead people, I feel like they found their magic and what works for them, and they think, okay, I figured out the formula. This is how I need to show people how to do it. This is how it's done. And they take it from there and they just go from there, you know? Not realizing that everyone is different. Now, if you genuinely feel like, oh yes, tarot readings help me manifest, or they help me stay in a certain state of mind, that's awesome. Keep doing it. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to do. I'm just saying that you need to stop giving your power away to teachers, to cards, to people, to circumstances, to bosses, to the status quo, to what it is that you think you have to do before you achieve A, B, C, and D. None of that matters. And I know. Like, once you transcend that and remember, you are God, you are bigger than your shell, you are bigger than the thoughts that are flowing into your head, you are bigger than all of this. You are a part of God. You can choose a new reality anytime you want. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. And it's funny because I've been practicing this. We all have. We've been practicing the art of creation for a very long time. And I just didn't realize what I was doing, because I've done this before where, for me, it was for relationships with men, dating-wise. So I was not always attracting the best people. You know, I went through a lot of trauma, and for a long time, I let that be my story. And I said to myself, okay, I've been through this, or I put myself in these situations, or I let so-and-so tell me who I was and decided that that's all that I am. And now I am conforming to that identity. So I can't just, change it to something else. I can't just be a different person. What will people say? This feels weird. I can't keep up with this. People are going to notice I'm acting different, or they're going to remind me of my past and say, that's not you. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Are you going to let the outside world tell you what's possible for you, or are you going to demand what you want from life? This is where I'm at right now. I'm not over here like, yes, come listen to me, come book a tarot reading so I can tell you about yourself. You already know everything you need to know. And the only reason you don't is because you believe that you don't. You believe that you need someone to tell you how to do things, how to be yourself, how to be authentic. You don't need anyone to teach you how to do that. You don't need anyone to really teach you how to create. All you have to do is pay attention to the things that in your life where you're like, oh my gosh, I knew this would happen. even if it's unpleasant. Those times when you're like, I knew this would happen. Oh my God, I knew it. Here we go. How often were you envisioning that happening and actually feeling like it already happened? And just constantly being aware of that reality. And then, of course, it's like you're expecting it to happen, so you're like, of course, I knew it. I knew this would happen. Yeah, you created that. And you can do it with things that are beneficial for you as well. So this is where I'm coming from now, and I do feel like people may fall off this channel. They may not. I may gain more traction, who knows? But all I know is this is me being authentic. I'm okay with allowing myself to grow on this channel. And I mean, this is a channel about my own spiritual growth. So you're going to see many different facets of that. And I'm not just going to stick to tarot. I'm not saying I'll never do it again. It's fun. But I'm not just going to stick to tarot. I'm going to tell you that you can create whatever it is that you want to create. Now be honest with yourself. Are you creating from the space of, I need to prove to the world that I can do this? I need to show myself that I can do this. Are you still trying to prove things? Are you still trying to force things into existence that don't just feel aligned? Not saying it's all going to be easy and like it's all going to feel like, oh yeah, effortless. It can. I'm not saying you'll never need to release things, release thoughts, release patterns in order to actually live the life you desire. I'm saying it doesn't have to be this uphill battle. It can be easy. You are supported. Why would God not support you if you are a part of God? Make that make sense. Because what? What? Why would, let's say your dream partner, why would they not like you? Why would you only attract men or women who don't treat you the best? But, you know, if I just keep doing inner work and, you know, keep trying really hard to better myself, to be worthy of what it is that I actually want. No. I don't subscribe to that anymore. Again, I'm not saying inner work is bad or, you know, healing your nervous system is bad. Nothing like that. I'm just saying it can all be so simple. You don't have to beat yourself up and constantly monitor your thoughts and your feelings. You can realize that, okay, I'm a human being. I'm going to have a bunch of thoughts. I'm going to have a bunch of feelings. That does not mean shit. It doesn't mean that I still can't have my desired reality. Unless I tell myself that that's what it means, because you're in control. Does that make sense? So I'm going to log off and enjoy my time outside. Give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you resonate with you being God.